Guys, just got back from my first Spanish class. She was actually a Guatemalan woman, so that was pretty cool. I took my first one. It was 100 pesos, which equals out to about $5 an hour. I was actually a little late to class to begin with, so I paid her a little extra. But I asked her a bunch of questions. She was correcting me. She helped me with my pronunciation. And we've made a plan to meet again tomorrow at 12:30. And while I was in Spanish class, it was kind of funny. I actually got another text from somebody telling me that they wanted to teach me Spanish, that they were another Spanish teacher. So that's pretty cool. I had another one set up for 5 o'clock today, but they actually canceled it on me. But they did give me a good tip, and they said there was a cafe called like El Libre or something, where you can do free, well not free, but you can do inter-exchanges, teaching somebody English, and at the same time they teach you Spanish. And she said all it would cost is like just the cost of a beverage. You just buy like a coffee there, and then boom, you're able to do it. So that's on every Tuesday here, so I'm gonna check that out tomorrow. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day so far, and I'll keep you guys updated. Take out the trash, you just pile everything up and just drop it off at one of the curbs. And I don't think you even have to pay anybody, do you? Nope, don't pay anybody. Just go and drop it off at the curb, and that's it. Somebody comes by and picks it up. Woo! Here's Charlie taking it right now. Obviously let it pile up way too much.
Well,
I think those are the dudes right there.
I may have to tip these motherfuckers.
What's going on? It's your dude from tmoneytravels.com. I put up a video, I think a few days ago, where I was going around, I was posting flyers all across town. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what's happened so far, or since then. Basically, I've gotten about 6 responses since then, and they've been from actual Spanish teachers, but they charge way less than what the schools charge. So, and plus I'm paying them directly, which is pretty cool. For example, today at 10 o'clock in the morning, I went out, I got a coffee with one lady. She'd actually been teaching Spanish for over 10 years in Xela, Guatemala. So she definitely had the experience. We went over, I think, some past and future tenses. Then later on in the afternoon at around 5 o'clock, I had another Spanish teacher, and she actually had experience in universities. She had taught at the universities. She had taught Spanish at the universities. English. English, yeah, that's what it was. And then also she had attended a university in the United States too, where she learned English. So that was pretty cool. Got a coffee with her. We had some more discussions. Just basically like, what do I want to learn from her or from them? There wasn't like a set structure to any of the classes I took today. It was mainly just like, what do I want to learn? And I asked them like some basic questions. For example, I asked them how can I ask what the size of a pizza is here? For example, lately I've been going out and I've been trying to get takeout pizza, and it's been kind of hard to determine what the size is, mainly because I didn't know how to ask that question. Now I know how to ask it. It's ¿Qué tamaño es la pizza? What is the size of the pizza, basically. So that's pretty cool. Tomorrow, I've actually gotten, so far in the total number of responses that I've gotten from this flyer thing that I tried today, or I tried the other day, I've gotten a total of, I think, around 6 responses. I've even had a couple of calls. Most of them have been from actual Spanish teachers, which is pretty cool. I had another guy, he messaged me today. He said that he was also a Spanish teacher, and if I was interested, I could take classes from him. I'm kind of getting a little overwhelmed at this point, so I'm not going to really reach out. I'm going to see how these 2 go for the week, and then at the end of the week, I'm going to decide which one I like better, and then I'm just going to stick with one Spanish teacher at the end of this week. I've had 2 people so far message me telling me that they wanted to learn English and that they would be willing to exchange, like have an intercambio, which is basically like an exchange of teaching. So basically we would go out to a cafe, and for like 30 minutes I would speak to them in English, and then for 30 minutes they would speak to me in Spanish, and we would just correct each other and give examples, sentence structure examples, grammar, pronunciation, things like that. I've had 2 people message me. One was a guy from Tuxtla, which is one of the major cities here. It's actually the capital of Chiapas, I think. It's like an hour away. He said he had to finish up a contract in Mexico City, but after that he could come down like maybe once a weekend, and we could go out and get a coffee and do that. Then there was another girl, she messaged me today, and she said that she's been learning English in some of the universities here in Chiapas, but she really needs a lot more practice, and so I could set up like an intercambio thing with her. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I want to take like maybe 1 hour of actual Spanish classes a day, and then maybe another hour of Spanish intercambios, like the exchanging of the languages or whatever. So I think it's actually working out pretty well. This is by far the best way I've ever found to get a Spanish teacher this quick at a reasonable price, and I didn't have to like go looking for it. They came to me. I just put up the flyers, they got my message, they sent me a message on WhatsApp. It's actually been by far, the best way I've ever gotten a Spanish teacher somewhere before. So if you guys ever need to find a Spanish teacher on the fly, you want a private tutor or something like that, by all means, go around town, go to a print shop, print up some copies. Mine literally just said that I used to be an English teacher in Guatemala. You just basically say you're looking for a Spanish teacher. You'll pay them an hourly rate, blah, blah, blah. Put up the flyers around town like I did. I only put up 20 of them, but I put them in like spots where people were walking by. Within the first 20 minutes that I had put these flyers up, I already had so many responses. So by all means, if you're ever in like a Spanish town in like Mexico or Latin America, go around and do that trick. It works. And I've gotten great responses so far. I meet them out, I meet somebody for like a coffee or something, and then I can see if it's going to work out, if we're going to get along or whatever. It's perfect. Anyways, if you guys have enjoyed any of these videos I've been putting out lately, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on these videos. That would really help me out a lot. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Taking out the trash, oh yeah.